Okay, so here we are with the new class in Lost Ark, the artist. Gonna go over, as to how the skills and the engravings we go for it in order to clear the content faster for in terms of chaos dungeons. Even though the patch seemed like some of it, Valvoy Smilegate also introduced the update for the still has some issues with how Smilegate sent the patch over to Amazon Game Studios. There's still like something that just doesn't seem right in my personal opinion, at least. But we'll go over like to see, like, since you have the engraving support for the event, Azina the best in slot as to what to pick for her class. And so we'll go over that, and then we'll jump into Guardian Reads after that, since they are gonna use completely different builds. So if you look here, my personal choice is when you come here and you select your engravings through this system. This would be my best in slot choices. So the most important would be for you personally would be something like the class engraving, which is the DPS, I guess, equivalent. Even though she's a support class, this is much better as it gives you for 60 seconds upon using, one of your abilities, a 60-second buff with crit damage and crit rate increase by 12 and 40. And then Preemptive Strike is when, it's the first hit. You're guaranteed to hit 160. And then Contender is just something that stacks attack power as you kill. So it's best in slot definitely for Chaos Dungeons. There is a lot of opponents in there. And Raid Captain is also a choice, but it's something optional, but you still have to choose 4 nonetheless to lock it in. And this would be it, is because I'll go damage with basic move speed bonus percentage, because she scales of swiftness, and yeah, it's all swiftness based. So good engraving to pick for just that extra damage. And in terms of like accessories, you can literally pick anything you want in here. Like you can just roll relic accessories. They give you in the event quest, in these, I think one of these chests, I believe, that you can open, like these ones. I think you can get 50 and kind of gamble as to what you get. You can open each of them, and you don't really specifically need to look for engravings, because you're not going to get any malices or whatnot. Just look for the combat stats and the quality, and you should be good to go. Until the event duration, obviously. And that's basically it. Like, it's a support class. You don't really need to go overboard with it, like in terms of gems or engravings. 4 is more than enough for her. And obviously, if you want to go the end game build and go a next level artist, obviously a vital point hit would be the one to add. So I'll go check out the Chaos Dungeon. Obviously, her most abilities, like, there's definitely some AoE and some single target skills that she has, like these ones and this one. This one is something you hold. These two skills are more like towards single targets, so like maybe like elite mobs and whatnot. And like some of these are also, like this one is AoE. All of these are AoE. And this one is, I don't particularly, I think this is more like towards mobility skills instead. So we have our KOS build. We have everything set, and in the Chaos Dungeon we go. So 1445 Southern quest is complete. And in terms of her clearing the mobs, definitely my most favorite out of all 3 supports that we currently have available in a game. So for example, Paladin, Bard, and Artist, the 3 supports that we have in a game. Artist definitely artistically just beats them all easily, hands down, because it's just the most fun I've had. I would not be surprised if probably this class is also just as fun as in terms of leveling all the way through the game, all the way from the start, because she just absolutely rocks, you know. So that's how she clears the content, just absolutely obliterates everything. In terms of like investing, so like this could be clearable much faster, but I don't have the 6-piece relic unlocked. Therefore, I don't have like could equip like a betrayal set. So this is like something that you charge with E skill, and it just absolutely obliterates them. Same with W skill. A giant fish comes out in the head. You hold E. And just absolutely obliterates them with this build. So definitely is something you want to take advantage of the event until you have, you know, you're just easy to swap. You know, so hold E again. We'll use our awakening skill for the bigger boss that appears. Like this one, for example. So we'll use our buff. And so not close enough to finish it, but still alive. Like you can grab a ball and just heal yourself like that. And down he goes, and we have our gold portal. Nice. So this requires just multi-hits, not necessarily damage, but just multi-hits. And we got a skin and leap stones. You could not ask for a better gold gate, or yeah, gold portal, I guess. Obviously there's as well as purple ones that drop much better rewards, but it's all RNG based in terms of that. So we take the buff again. I'm not really taking advantage of the buff, to be honest. I should really just do it more for that increased crit rate and crit damage. As you can see, she just absolutely zooms through. You would clear much faster if you had a full relic set, like the betrayals for chaos, but first week you cannot really obtain it. It's not possible. Not even if you do Belshazzar. Very guaranteed. You should just absolutely AoVs them down. That is that. That is the Artist Chaos Dungeon clear. Absolutely pleasure to, you know, to clear it. The way I would rate in terms of like clearing for in both of supports, I would say I prefer 100% Artist as number 1, Bard in number 2. She just spreads that disease, you know. And you can just, it spreads across, like, you know, the whole damage and whatnot, so everyone gets infected and everyone just dies. Or increased damage. And Paladin is definitely my least favorite. I don't particularly enjoy Paladin's clearance, but that could be said because I don't really have actual, you know, chaos build for them. So if I had them, it probably would be a much better clear, and I would actually enjoy it. But for now, it's just, you know, as in terms of how it looks over now, it's so yeah. That is the artist for chaos.